guys know that we're having a photo nature competition? It's going to be fun. You submit your nature photos every week and we pick the best one for that week and your photo gets displayed on Facebook Live. It's going to be real cool to see all the talent that you guys have. So get snapping. Make sure they're original photos. Anyway, today we're going to have Coach Cory talking to you about backstroke starts. Hope that you tune in. And then Coach Hunter and Coach Laura are going to be bringing you core cardio. Great workout for your core and for that heart. Get your heart rates up. Have fun with it. Work hard and get the rewards. Go Gold!
Hey Chattahoochee Gold swimmers, I'm Coach Cory for those of you that don't know me, and this is your technique talk for the day, and we are going to go over backstroke starts. All right, so there's going to be 3 different things we're going to talk about here, and I'm going to keep it pretty basic to an extent, okay? I want this to be something that we can apply to any level of swimming at Gold, okay? So we're going to keep this fairly basic, but there's plenty of good information for any level swimmer here. This will pretty much get you through any start you ever need to do as far as a backstroke start. This would be the information that you need to get to that perfect start, okay? So we're gonna go over the setup. We're gonna go over the progression. So we're gonna go over how you get on the wall whenever we say take your mark. We're going to go over the progression. We're gonna go over how you leave from that set position, how you're leaving and how you're entering the water, okay? So we're gonna go over that. And then we're gonna go over the goals and the indicators. So the goal of your start, what we're trying to gain from our start, and also the indicators that we did a good start, the things that you'll see from a great start, the things that are apparent at 15 meters down the pool that, they did a great start because when they hit 15 meters, they were doing this, okay? So we're gonna go over all those things. The first thing we're gonna go over here is the setup. So the setup is going to be, it's actually a lot of steps. It's a lot to think about. So you definitely want to get very used to doing these things. Do them a couple times every day whenever you're in the pool. Make sure you're getting in this position, making sure you know this position. So the first thing you wanna think about is your feet. All right, so there is a point in the water that is too deep to have your feet, and that is anywhere where your toes are not on the surface of the water, okay? So you want your toes right at the surface of the water. It's really, really hard to push our body out over the water if our toes are down too low in the water. So we want our toes right on the surface of the water, and we want them to be about hip width apart. You want to look at the size of your shoulders or the size of your hips. Hips are shoulder width, and you want your feet just that far apart on the wall, okay? So feet hips width apart, and you want to have your toes pointed at the sky. The next thing you're going to want to think about, and this is possibly the thing that I see the biggest error with, at least with swimmers, is going to be pulling your body up, not in. What I mean by that is a lot of us, and I include myself in this because for a long time I did this, want to pull into the block because we want to throw as much weight as we can back off the block, all right? You do not want to do that. You do not want to do that. You want to pull your body up. So you're going to want to pull your body up out of the water. At this point, a couple cool things are going to happen. Your arms are going to be basically right at 90 degrees. So whether you're holding here or holding here, your arms are going to be at 90 degrees. You want those arms at 90 degrees, right? We want to have our arms at 90 degrees, and you want your legs right at about 90 degrees. Your arms are going to be 90 degrees at your elbows, all right? So right at your elbow, 90 degrees. Your knees are going to be where you form the 90-degree angle with your legs, and it should be right around there. I'm going to call this something different, though, not 90 degrees. I'm going to call this a power position. This is where if you were standing on flat ground, say you were going to do a streamlined squat jump or a tuck jump, or you were just going to jump. Say you wanted to dunk a basketball, you were just going to jump. This is the position you would drop your hips to. It's the same angle you would drop your hips to jump as high as you could off the ground, because virtually that's what we're doing. We're jumping as high as we can off that wall because we've changed the direction of the wall. You're not jumping off a ground here, you're jumping off a wall here. And that's the direction you're trying to go. So it's exactly the same. So those are the explosive muscles we need to use to do that. So legs around 90 degrees in that power position, okay? And arms at 90 degrees also in a power position. And I'll explain to you why when we talk about the progressions here. Then you're going to want to, well, a cool thing happens whenever we put our legs and arms at 90 degrees. It creates a flat back. So from your tailbone to the crown of your head, all the way down to your tailbone, the bottom of your back, you want to keep it straight. You want to keep it straight. You're pulling up, not in, so keeping it straight. And you're going to keep your head neutral in order to do this. Notice I said the top of my head to my tailbone. I didn't say bottom of my neck to my tailbone. I said top of my head. And the reason I said that is because you want a neutral head position. Some of us want to do this, or we want to throw our head way back for that start before we even get the buzzer to go off. We want to do it on take your mark. Keep the neutral head. Keep your head neutral. Keep that back straight. And arms at 90 degrees, knees in a power position, legs ready to explode, feet on that wall, okay? Once you're in that position, you are ready to go. What I want to do now is I want to switch over to a picture of a swimmer in a great position. I want to talk through this again real quick. This is probably the most important part of the start. It's not super hard to actually do the start itself if you can leave from the correct position. So right now we're going to switch over to a picture. I'm going to voice this over so that you guys can hear exactly what's happening in this picture. It's the exact things I just told you, but I want you guys to be able to see it and visualize it and actually learn from that. So we're gonna do that real quick, then we'll come back and we'll talk about the progression. All right, take a look at Matt Grievers here. He is an Olympic swimmer and he's in an Olympic starting position. This is a great starting position. His feet are at hip width apart. His knees are just under 90 degrees in a great power position. You're never really gonna go over 90 degrees because that'll drive your head into that block. So you're gonna be right at or just under 90 degrees. Arms at 90 degrees and hands spread shoulder width apart. His head is neutral, and in this position, that leads to him having a very straight back. So from the crown of his head, the tip of his cap, all the way down to his tailbone is in a very straight line. He's not rounded forward and he's not leaning into that block. He is pulled straight up. You'll notice that his hips are right on the surface of the water. He might even be clearing the water just slightly. The more of your body that is out of the water before the start, the easier it is to clear the water and eliminate the drag that's caused by dragging your body. All right, so follow this following progression from this starting position for a great start every time. All right, and we are back. So now that we know the starting position, we know where we need to be, how we need to put our body on the wall, how we need to be set up, where our feet need to be, that we're pulling up, not into the block. Now we talk about the progression, okay? The progression is the actual movement to take the mass of your body that is in that starting position and get it to transfer into the water, into a smooth, tight streamline, because that's our goal. That's how we're gonna get that power, and we're gonna continue to move quickly, carrying speed into our race, right? Cool. So the progression, a couple things happen right away. As soon as you hear the buzzer, 3 things I would say are probably going to happen. Not probably, they should happen. All three of these things should happen. You should be pushing off that wall with as much explosive power as you can, okay? Pushing off that wall with those legs. You should be pushing off the block with your arms. So you're pushing in 2 spots. 1, your legs, 2, your arms. You're pushing from this 90 degrees and you're pushing from the 90 degrees at your knees, and you're exploding using those quad muscles, and you're pushing using your shoulder and arm muscles. So that's gonna get you in this position where your back is still straight. You just pushed it back. You didn't arch yet. You're not throwing your body back yet. You're getting your hips over the water next. That's gonna be your step 2. You wanna get your hips over the water. So when I say hips over the water, a lot of us think about pushing our hips up, and I'm not telling you that you should be doing that quite yet, okay? What you wanna do is you want to think about, if you've done this drill, great. If not, I want you to visualize this. Think about getting in that starting position and pushing so hard with your legs, but keeping your back straight so you're in like a chair position, like you're sitting in a chair, and you would jump over a noodle behind you. Landing like you're in a chair. You're gonna land on your hips. Land on your hips, but your whole body clears that noodle. So that's what you're doing. You're pushing your hips out. Now, as your legs extend to a completely straight position, that is when you're actually going to extend your hips. Okay, so you finish the leg extension, you extend the hips. Now your body is starting to get this natural arch to it. A lot of people like to force the arch. It's not really something you're gonna need to force when you get down the correct way to do a start. The arch happens very naturally because the next two things that are gonna happen is your head has gone back and now your hips have extended through. And when that happens, you're gonna get a natural arch to your back, okay? And as you extend your hips, you need to be throwing those hands into a streamline, all right? So if we throw our hands into a streamline, if our head goes back, the momentum of throwing our hands this direction while our hips are coming this direction is going to cause an arch, okay? And that's the arch, and it happens very naturally when you do this in the right steps. So that's gonna be your arch. And then you're going to, it's not necessarily a flick, and you're not even gonna know that you do this. This is gonna happen naturally as well, but you're gonna have a little flick of your toes at the end. It's gonna kick some water out. As your hips come over the water, the very last thing, your feet leave the wall, and you're gonna have a little flick of your toes because everything has to leave the water. Ideally, your entire body would leave the water for a split second. We don't wanna take a whole second, right? We know how much that is in the swimming world. You wanna, body leaves the water and you're entered, okay? I'm gonna stress real quick because you haven't heard it recently, how important the streamline position is. Whenever you throw those hands back, make sure your hands are locked. Make sure that thumb is over that hand. You're squeezing behind your head and you're making sure that everything is locked in when you get in that streamline position. You just worked so hard to get this start down and so hard to learn all the different steps for you to enter not in a streamline and add drag to something that you did specifically to avoid drag. All these steps are to avoid drag. Getting your body up and not in is to avoid drag. And getting that arch and entering is to avoid drag. It's all to avoid drag, okay, guys? So doing something like not streamlining, causing a ton of drag on your body and losing a lot of speed that you just worked really hard to create. Super inefficient, right? Super inefficient, okay? So that streamline is super important. That's why we talk about it all the time. All right, so getting in that streamline. Ideally, here's your goals. Here's the things that you should be looking for, because let's be honest, your entry, it pretty much tells the story of whether you did this right or not. So as you enter the water, you'll know if you did everything right, if you did all these steps. And there's probably three good indicators that you did that. One, your entire body left the water at some point. Your entire body. Nothing should drag, nothing should be coming over the water. Your entire body left the water. Two, your body doesn't create any drag. You're not dragging your feet. You're entering through one hole, okay? So you want to think that there's a circle in the water that's exactly the size you need it to be for your body to fit through it in the straightest line possible. So I would say as wide as your shoulders are, as wide as your hips are, that's the size of the circle. And you got to enter through that circle. Your head, your hands first, your hands in that streamline, your head followed by your feet should enter all through that circle. If you enter through that circle, you did a really, really great job, because that means your body left the water, and that means everything entered in a smooth line. And you're in a very great position to take that first big dolphin kick and get on the line that you want to be on to get down that pool. The last thing you'll be able to tell very easily, did I create speed? Did I create some type of momentum that I can carry into my race? So the main reason that the start is so important, guys, is sure, starts are fast. Your reaction time is important. There's a lot of power there. The fastest part of any swimming race is in that streamline and that underwater, right? So we want to have power going into that. Here's the big thing about starts, and this is overall, this is not just for backstroke starts. The start equals so much more speed than you can ever really, you can't really find a mathematical way to figure out how fast that start really made you, because a great start oftentimes leads to a great swim. There's a lot of reasons for that. There's psychological reasons for that, obviously. Like, if you feel great when you enter the water, that's great. But there's also the fact that it is a lot harder to create speed than it is to maintain speed. So when we leave every wall, we create speed pushing off that wall. It's easier to maintain that down the pool. You guys will notice this when you do things like mid-pool 50s and you have to go from a dead stop and you have to kick super, super hard to get any type of momentum moving, okay? It's really difficult to create speed. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of power, strength, energy to create speed. So your best bet is to create it really fast off that start. Create all of that speed while you're fresh, while you're ready to go, and then just carry it. Use the momentum of your body. You're already moving. You're moving that way. All you got to do now is keep yourself moving that way. All right. That's why some of you older kids that are driving may know this, but other kids may not. In a car, the most gasoline you use is your acceleration. It's whenever you're actually leaving that red light and starting to move. That's when you use the most gas, because that's when you need the most power. You start getting 40, 50 miles to the gallon in a car after you're already moving, but you might be getting 10 off that red light. So from the red light on, you're starting to accelerate. As you accelerate, it's easier to maintain momentum, guys. So long story short, use the power off the wall to get that start going. Okay, so we talked about the setup. We looked at that picture. We talked about the progression, how we actually leave the wall, how we enter the water, how we carry that speed. And then we talked about the goals, the 3 things that you can really focus on. Not focus on, the 3 things that you can see. After you focus on all the steps, the progressions, the 3 things that you want to see. And it's a good little 3 check boxes there. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 things happen, you probably had a great start. You probably had a really, really great start. If you carried speed, if you entered through that hole, and if your entire body left the water, you probably had a great start. There's the only other thing you could really think about is whether you had enough explosive power, because at the end of the day, once you have a perfect start, you start working on strength. I don't know that there's such thing as a perfect start, but if your start was 100% perfect, the only thing you can add is additional strength. And that's the last thing I want to talk about real quick is the exercises I mentioned in the video before this of streamlined squat jumps and being able to do tuck jumps and being able to do air squats. All those exercises, guys. At the end of the day, anybody can learn technique and stuff like that. We can all sit down and comprehend what I'm saying here about a backstroke start. But being able to perform it also has a strength aspect. You have to be strong enough to do these things, and that's why we do those dryland exercises. That's why it's so important to stay in shape right now and do the drylands and make sure you're running or doing something to keep yourself in shape, because it takes a lot of power to pull yourself up on a block and push off as hard as you can and move your body through the air. Say you're 100 pounds. Say you're a 100-pound person, okay? So you're 100 pounds, and you got to push and throw 100 pounds over your head and make that 100 pounds enter smoothly and make that 100 pounds carry speed down a pool. We got to be pretty strong to do that. We got to be super strong to do that. So working on your explosive power especially is super important, guys. That is probably the only addition to knowing these technique things that I could really give you to add to your repertoire of information on how to do these backstroke starts. Okay, guys? Awesome. Well, I hope you learned something from this little video. I hope you guys are enjoying the drylands, and I hope you guys are staying fit and healthy, and I can't wait to see you again soon. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day and enjoy the drylands coming up.
Hey, Sectionals above. Coach Hunter and Coach Laura here again. Today we're doing some core cardio. Let's get ready to do some fitness. All right, let's get ready for some dynamic stretching. So it's going to be about 5 minutes, 30 seconds each exercise unless otherwise noted, and it's 2 times 3. So we're going to do downward dog and a runner stretch, side to side lunge with twist, high knees with twist, leg swings with arms for 20 seconds per leg, and high knee crunch. All right, let's get moving. So to start off our stretching, we're going to do downward dog and a runner stretch for about 30 seconds. So you're going to go up into the yoga position, downward dog, where you lift your booty up in the air and stretch the back of your legs. And then you come forward with your leg and put it all the way up by your hand. And repeat that on opposite sides for 30 seconds. Right, now we're going to go into side-to-side lunge with twist. You're going to do a slight lunge, so a slight bend in the leg, and you're going to jump and twist for each leg, and do that for 30 seconds. Alright, now we're going to go into high knees with a twist. So bring your knee all the way up to your chest as high as you can, like you're doing a crunch. And make sure you twist as it comes up. You're going to twist to the same side that your leg is coming up. Do that for 30 seconds. right, next up is leg swings with arms, 20 seconds per leg. So this is going to be a little hard to keep your coordination and balance, but basically you're going to act as if one leg is running, and you're going to twist your body with it. It's okay if you have to put it down or step back when you do that. Just keep moving. Alright, now we're going to do high knee crunch. So you're going to bring your leg up super high, and as it comes up, your arms are going to go down into your knee. So your arms are up when the leg is down, and your leg and arms come together at your core at the same time. Make sure you're switching legs after each one. Alright, so same as last time, this is where you pause the video and repeat that stretching one more time through. After that, come back and we'll start doing the main exercise. Alright, here we go. We're going to start our cardio core. So, we're going to go 4 times through, high knee jump with a twist for 30 seconds, burpee shuffle for 30 seconds, mountain climber for 30 seconds, mountain climber twist for 30 seconds. There is no stop between all 4 rounds. Alright, here we go. So we're going to start with our high knee jump with a twist. So you're going to bring your legs up like you're doing high knees, but you're going to twist your body at the same time. Twist your body at the same time as you're going for the whole 30 seconds. If you're struggling with coordination, you can go slow and just bring your legs up high, but make sure you're twisting super far. So you don't have to run. You can bring your knees up high and go at a walking pace, but that's only if you have bad coordination. Right into burpee shuffle. So you're going to do a burpee with no chest to ground, and when you come up, you're going to shuffle like you're running in place. So burpee, shuffle, burpee, shuffle. Do that for 30 seconds. And right into mountain climbers. Ready, go. So mountain climbers for 30 seconds. This is normal mountain climbers. Try to get your legs up as far as you can and as close to your arms as possible. Keep moving. You got it. Keep it going. Mountain climber twist. Ready, go. All right, really make sure you get those knees up to your elbows as quickly and as far as you can, and that's going to help build your core. This is making it core cardio. And stop. All right, so this is the point of the video where you pause and repeat the exercises. So you're going to go through that 3 more times for a total of 4 rounds. You're not supposed to stop in between each round. All right, keep it going. You got it. Now that you're done with that, we're going to go into 4 rounds of a forward back hop with arm swing for 30 seconds, jumping slight lunge with twist for 30 seconds, standing one leg V up for 15 seconds per leg, and leg kick with hop 15 seconds per leg. All right, this is going to be hard, but you can do it. Come on, keep it up. You're almost there. All right, forward back hop with arm swing. Ready, go. All right, so you're going to make sure you're jumping back and forward all the way. And at the same time, when you jump back, you bring your arms back. And when you jump forward, your arms go forward. This is going to help you crunch, and it's going to get your core involved. So make sure you're doing that for the whole 30 seconds. And right into the jumping slight lunge with a twist. So this is the same thing we did for one, just at a little bit faster pace. Make sure your lunge is just a slight lunge and you're really twisting when you go to the same side. right into standing one leg V-up. So you're going to try and get your leg as straight and as far as you can and your arm as straight and as far as you can. Try and touch the two together. It's just like you're doing a V-up. Do that for 15 seconds on your right leg, and then do it for 15 seconds on your left leg. And right into leg kick with hop. So you're going to hop on one leg and kick your leg back and forth. Make sure you're twisting your body at the same time. So hop and kick, hop and kick. Same thing, but switch legs. Ready? Go. Stop. All right, good job. So this is the point of the video where you pause and repeat the exercises 3 more times for a total of 8 minutes. All right, once you're done with that, come back and we're going to get ready for our core finisher. Whew, that was exhausting. All right, we're going to get into our core finisher. It's going to hurt really bad, but this is what's going to make our core super strong. So we're going to go 30 seconds on forearm, 15 seconds on hand with leg raise during the whole time, and then you're going to rest for 15. Then you're going to go 25 on forearm, 20 on hand with leg raise, rest for 15. Then you're going to go 20 on forearm, 25 on hand with side step, rest for 15, and then 15 on forearm, 30 on hand with side step, and then you're done.
All right, 30 seconds on your forearm, ready, go. Now you want to raise your right leg, get that leg as high as you can, but make sure you keep your butt low. You're doing great. You gotta feel the burn in your abs, guys. All right, now up on your hands for 15 seconds. Make sure you keep that leg up. Don't put your knee down at all. And stop, 15 seconds rest. All right, and up. You want to hold that left leg up now for 25 seconds on your forearm. Make sure you keep your butt low. Keep your leg aligned with your body. All right, now switch to your hands, 20 seconds on your hands. Make sure you don't put that knee down, keep that leg up. And drop, 15 seconds rest. And up, 20 seconds on your forearm. This time we are sidestepping only with your right leg. So you're gonna step in and out. Keep it going the whole time. Keep your butt low too.
Engaging is on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya. The door's OPEN. Take that hot road.
All right, up on your hands for 25 seconds now. Same thing, sidestepping with your right leg. Make sure that knee does not touch the ground. Got it, guys. Keep going.
I disassociate, exfoliate, the renegotiate. She's closing up. Come to visit me. She say that she the loneliest, and it's hard to open up. Open you up like a Pokeball.
And drop. 15 seconds rest. You got one more to go, guys. Keep it up.
Let your emotion waterfall on me. Open up. You OPN. Bitch, you won't BBM. We should be close.
And up. This is 15 seconds on your forearm. Left leg this time. Left leg side step. Make sure you keep your butt low.
The doors open. Take that high road and hop in.
All right, 30 seconds up on your hands. Left leg side step. Keep your butt low. Keep going, guys. You got it. Last one.
Open up, open. Cold as ice and Coca-Cola. Open up.
And stop. Awesome, guys. Great job. All right, guys, that was exhausting. Let's get into some stretching, though. It's going to be 2.5 minutes. We got 30 seconds cobra stretch, 30 seconds cat-cow stretch, 30 seconds standing hamstring stretch, 15 second calf stretch, and 15-second hip flexor stretch. All right, cobra stretch. Ready, go. So you want to make sure you push your hips down to the ground as low as you can. Make sure your arms are straight. Try to get your back as straight as you can. Ready, go. Right into cat and cow stretch. So when you do cat and cow stretch, when you go down, that's cow, arch your back down, arch your back up for cat. What helps me remember is you go moo for cow and meow for cat. Alright, and up in the standing hamstring. Alright, you want to go straight down, head to your knees, push on the back of your legs, try to get them as straight as you can. If you can't go down all the way, go down as far as you can. Straight into calf stretch. Make sure you get that front leg straight as you can. You can pull back on your toes if you need to feel the stretch in your calves. Make sure you bend that back leg so you can go down as far as you can. And switch. Stretch. That's right leg up on left knee. Make sure you push up to feel the stretch in your legs and your hips. And switch. And stop. Stay tuned.
It's already started. That is definitely in frame. Yeah, that was good. That's so bad.
Thanks for tuning in to Gold Live.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Go
Go
Gold!
Hey, we have Coach Hunter here after that hardcore cardio workout. How was that, Coach Hunter?
Man, that really got me out of breath. It was super hard, but I know you guys could do it.
Yeah, that looked like it was a lot of fun. I had to take a back seat on a couple of those exercises while you and Coach Laura took it away. Oh, that was rough. That was really rough. So, what is your plan for the rest of today?
My plan's to go back home and sit outside in the beautiful weather.
I think that sounds like a brilliant idea. I think I'm going to go visit Coach Kathy, see what she's doing in her garden, and take in some of this nice sunshine and cool weather as well. All right, tomorrow we will have Coach Mark talking about why swim long course and swimming in summer league. We hope that we'll have a summer league this year, and so just in case we do, we want to prepare you with tips for that. So make sure you tune in tomorrow and listen to Coach Mark Schilling talk about swimming long course and swimming in summer league. Until then, go, go!